all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I've got the U96 U boat for you. We're going to be carrying on from what we started last month. There we go, with the propellers. There we go. We're going to put a couple of hull sections onto there, port and starboard. There we go. This little piece and that little piece is just the opposite basically. There we go. Pop these on, get the propellers in place. I think we're going to be putting a motor on as well for the rudder, unless I've got mistaken, because I've been looking at the instructions further ahead. But this, yeah, kit 109, that's kit 109. This is the aft diving plane. We've got a couple of, there we go, hull sections, and we have a port tail section as well for the last kit this month. I think kit 109 will probably take the longest out of all these. But yeah, it's looking absolutely brilliant. Loving it. So let's set pack 28, kit 109. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. So we have the aft port left diving plane, the aft starboard right diving plane, control rod lever, port deflector rod, starboard reflector rod, port left shaft bracket and starboard right shaft bracket, shaft and control rod. There we go, they're all plastic these, that's it, obviously, these two pieces. We've got CP screws as well, 6+1. There we go, and like I said before, we do need these two pieces to pop into place, as well as, we'll start with this one. Right, let's get on with the build. Okay, first thing we need to do is take 981, which is the panel, and 984, and connect that on these 2 points here, 1, 2, and we'll connect that with 2 CP screws. But we've not to fully tighten them up because we need to get the propeller shaft in place as well as. But for now we can just loosely put it together. I haven't fully tightened it yet, I'll show you why. Okay, what we need to do is take this piece here, and there's a slot there, here, for that to pop into, just like that. There we go. See that alright, Lenny? There we go. And we do the same with the other side. Now I can tighten them 2 screws up. There we go. You can see the shaft support here, the 2 clips just here. They might be overhanging a little bit there, so they might actually get in the way of popping this little panel in place, so you might want to trim them back. Okay, you can see I've had to trim it here because this one will go there like that. Yeah, and you can see that they meet, so I've trimmed this one as well because otherwise it's too long. If it goes over the edge here, it is too long, because we need to get this panel in place as well as, but we'll do that afterwards. Right, we need the diving plane now. So next we need these 3 pieces. This is 1091, you can tell with that shape there. We need this shaft. Now we put the short end in to here, like that. That will go in to there, like so. And then we need this piece, which will go in to here, slot into there, but it will also connect to here. But this end must be free, that end must be glued. So there we go, that's 1091, 1098 is the shaft, and 1094 is this piece here. That needs to set now. Okay, up next we need 1099, which is this piece, and 1093, and that basically just goes into there like that. We need to fix this onto the shaft on the inner. I need to fit this onto the shaft, get it in place, and there we go, like that. Just leave it exactly like that just for now. Now we need 991, which is this panel, and we need to fix this in place with a couple of CP screws. So I'll get that shaft through that hole as well. There we go. And get a couple of CP screws in down to here and here, and then we've got the shaft support to pop into place. There is a connection here as well that needs to go together like that. Let's just get a screw into here. Just hold that there like that, because now we need to get the shaft support into place. Okay, I don't know how much you're going to see of this, but I need to get that into that slot. There we go. That shaft support is now in place. This panel needs tightening. It's best to pop the submarine on its side and wiggle it in home. There we go. That looks excellent. It is getting quite big, this, so it is difficult to actually manoeuvre around at my bench. But there we go, it's in place. Okay, let's get this last screw in here. There we go. Excellent. But you can see the movement of that rod, that diving plane. Looks cool. That glue should have set now. Now we need to do this other side. Okay, next we need 1092, which is this diving plane, which will go on to the shaft, of course, and then we need 1095, which has a straight edge, which will glue into here, and obviously that will fit onto the little peg at the end. So that will go there, and that will go there, like so. But I need to get that glued in place. Okay, up next we need this little piece, 1097. It does have an R on it here, so that will fit into the shaft there and in to the panel here. There's a gap there for it. Okay, got my tweezers. Let's give this a whirl. Get that there. Pop it into the hole first. Hopefully, there we go. And let's see if we can just. There we go. That weren't too bad. Now we need to pop the other one on the other side. So I'll have to turn this around. So this is step 13 in the instructions. This is 1096. That will pop there, like so, and then it's just a matter of push that into place. There we go. No need for gluing that. But that's the two diving planes in place. Excellent. Right, we need the motor. Okay, up now we've got the motor 1084. Remember this lever. We need to pop this lever into here, hook that into there, get that around there like so, and get the motor into place. Now the motor goes into these two holes here, and we need CP screws for that. There we go, that's the motor in place. The lever easily adjusts itself, just so you can get the motor down. There we go. That's the aft diving plane motor, and the lead you can just dress around here and pop it through there as well. There we go, that's the cable dressed nice and body. Excellent. There we go, there's the diving plane, the shaft and all its supports in place. Excellent. And there we have the starboard section. Brilliant. Excellent, that's kit 109 completed. Let's move on to kit 110. Okay, now we have kit 110. We have a starboard hull section, metal plate. There we go. There is that hull piece, our hull plate, and we just basically pop that into place there with one silver screw. Okay, don't make sure we get the little plate the right way around. We get the silver screw into place. You can see it lies flat. There we go. That's all we need to do. We can pop that on later, actually, because I'll have to turn the submarine around again. And we've got another hull section. Yep, so we'll get on with kit 111. So here we have kit 111. Here are the parts. Again, this is another hull section. There we go. So this is kit 111, another piece of the hull, and again just pop this little piece on there like that. You can see the screw will be countersunk, so we'll just use the other screw that we got with 110, get this little plate into place. There we go, got some spares now, so we got these two pieces that we can now pop into place. Okay, let's pop these into place. You can see where they go. That will fit there like that. Oh, the tags come off. I'll put that on in a minute. And this one will fit just there like that. Excellent. There we go. You can see what I've done up to now. Here, over here. Yeah. Filling these drainage holes, I think they are. Let's see, let's get that round. There we go. Yeah, I've done them all way along, so I'll have to paint these in as well. But that looks pretty cool. Excellent. So that's 110 and 111 in place. Brilliant. Let's move on to kit 112. Okay, now we have kit 112. Let's get the parts out. There we go, there's kit 112. So we have 112.1, which is a port left tail section, 112.2, which is connector, 112.3 is another connector. Then we have the swivel gear, 112.4, and the rudder. There we go, 112.5. And we have FM and HP screws. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we'll need these screws and these two brackets. Now this bracket will go there like so, and this one will go onto here. There we go. And we need these silver screws to keep them in place, 4 of them. Okay, so we need 4 FM screws. There we go. Brilliant. That looks excellent like that. Right, now we need the swivel gear and the rudder. I think the rudder goes through there like that, and the swivel gear will go there, and we'll fix that with a HP screw. There we go. You need the swivel gear so it's straight, that rudder basically, like that. Excellent. Right, get the HP screws out. Okay, 1 HP screw. There we go. Excellent stuff. That's looking cool. Yeah, that's where that is. There we go. Brilliant. Drops down nicely, that. Excellent. Fantastic. Won't fit this until next month with kit 29, because then we'll get the other port, the other tail section for the starboard side. Brilliant stuff. Okay, now there we go. There is that port side rudder section. Yeah, with a rudder in place, so we know that'll be working fine. And here we have the submarine. There we go, with those 2 panels on, looking great. You can see I've been painting, doing a bit of painting. Yep, excellent. And there we have those diving planes, looking cool. The only, well, I won't say I had any problems with it. The only issue I would have with it is the fact that the putting in the support sections can be a little bit tight, and yeah, putting the shaft support into the actual panel, they were a little bit long, so I trimmed them, but I didn't mention that in the actual video. But everything else went perfectly good. Yeah, they're both level, so that's great. That's going to look fantastic when it's in the bath. Probably sink, mind you, but there we go. But anyway, excellent stuff. So the other section, the starboard section of this, we'll get next month, and that will go on the end. Yeah, that will go on the end. That will look brilliant, but it is getting so long now, this. It's difficult to video it. Yeah, that goes perfectly there. I need to weather it as well. So I've only got a couple of more whole sections on this side. There we go. Yeah. Well, 3 actually with the rudder, and then we've got more sections on this side, and then we've got the decking on top afterwards. So that'll look brilliant. Excellent stuff. What did I do then? Oh, nothing. Oh, just a panel wicking itself loose. Of course, yeah, it would do, wouldn't it? And that clipped into place. There we go. Excellent. There we go. Always worries me when they get so big, because you're just waiting for something to hit something that you've just not foreseen. But no, it's perfectly good. I'll check it anyway, but I've not hit anything today, thank the Lord. But there we go, that is the U96 for this month. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up, and I'll see you next month. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.